Right. So I just give this a try. I'm not one for filming fantastic videos or anything like that, so don't expect anything spectacular. So I'm just masking up the second part of the boom. It's already in its primary colour. The rest of it, what I'm trying to mask off is to have the rest of it pink. It's a bit of an arduous task. You're just constantly trying to get it right. There we go. It's not fantastically right, but so this what I'm doing now. Just trimming the edge because the edge has got a bit of fluff on it from the towel I'm using. The doing a trying to slice it at the same time. I mean the Swan Norton blades are really sharp, so which is good. Trying to get a. Oh, I've got a myriad of hairs appearing. I mean, yes, I've got dogs and I've got cats, and somehow, even though I'm in the shed in the garden, I still have hairs from my animals creeping in on this. So I'm just trying to clean it up. These tweezers are great because they tend to they've got a good alignment on the end, if ever that was a thing. So you tend to grip onto the whatever you're trying to get hold of, and sometimes it makes a difference using the tweezers to guide stuff. I think this is going right. My eyesight's terrible. So what on this side you can see what is yellow is masking tape, and what I tend to do is I'll get the edges first. Cocktail stick is great for patting down. I'm trying to pay attention to these edges. So where's to keep checking them? It's like here, I've missed a bit. There we go. Right. So this is what I did earlier. The paint job is, I've got drip here from the clear. I am not going to go all the way and redo that. You know, it's nah. It is my first time doing this sort of painting, but it feels great. So I'm not gonna mess around with it too much. Yeah, I mean, that's a great shame. I think that's my patience. Some dots here, and in places it's like mirror shiny, and in some other places it's meh. So that's the color scheme that I'm applying here. So the pink, yeah, some paint came off there, but that's because of the cutting. But it's pink is going on there anyhow. So it's going to be bestie. So pink on the outside there. This is going to get masked off. And the best thing I've found is to make it less tacky on the stickiness of the tape is stick it to a cutting board and then cut strips out. Metal ruler, which is a great addition. And then boom, you have a strip that's the size that you want. Small scissors tend to help you cut detail into tape, because sometimes I will cut curves where it the tape will not bend to my will. You will stick, however, let me just stick. Oh, there we go. And because I've done that thin line, I don't have to, I don't have to worry about when I'm filling in the gaps. And have this bit here. Boom. And so I continue. As I said, this is my first excavator build. I love building. If I could just buy a kit, build it, and then sell it, I would. I mean, this kit, if I'm not going to sell this because it's my first one. Complete with everything. If I sold this, mostly like $4.5, $5 grand. And you may think, yeah, but hold on, the kit itself is only like 2.5 or thereabouts. It's like, yeah, but there's the controller. That wasn't cheap. The receivers didn't come with it. You had to buy them separate. So I bought them separate. The FPV, so there's like another 800 odd quid. The 4 attachments, because they'll have to go with it. So that's another 1,200 to that. What else? And all the small diddy bits. The second cab is another bit. Easily chuck 400 quid on top of that. And all the little bits and pieces. So you got the little light switches, the connectors, all of that. And you think, oh yeah, but $4.5, $5 grand. You're making a huge. No, I'm not. It's taken a bit of time to collect all these bits and pieces. I mean, the quick connectors, you could easily go about 80 quid, because there's 5 on the machine, and then there's 17 male connectors on the attachments. So, there is that. The amount of paint I've used, you got a single port paint, like, what was that? So 27 quid, 12 quid, so that is 30 for, you're looking at about 150 quid's worth of paint. So, not cheap. However, if I could make money out of it, not a lot, but some, building these machines, I certainly would. It mostly be like 6 months to a year. Well, actually, no, because if that's all I was doing, then I think 6 months would be more than enough. And then, I'd spend all day, every day in here. But, in 6 months, you've got to look at it. Can you live off that? The answer is no. Because the bottom line, say so, I earn about 1,600 quid from my actual job, so per month. So I'd have to equal that. But if I'm doing this and it takes me 6 months, then you're looking at 7,200 quid. Well, I could. So it's not feasible, but I'd love to. If I had another source of income that could supplement and deal with the living cost. But absolutely love this. So, anywho, right, on that note, this will be my first proper video on the channel. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Oh, also, for the spraying, I actually screw in, so literally it's not touching. I could put things through there and there. I don't, but I could. The additional thing as well is because I'm not masking off the joints or the pivot holes or whatever you want to call them, when it comes to putting this together and putting a rod through, see, it won't because of the paint. I've got no problem with using some sandpaper and cleaning that out. Once I've got once it's all completely built, one by one these will come out, and I will put some grease on there so that they will move nice and smooth, and should last quite some time. Okay, right. Exciting. Right, catch you later. Hopefully this video has been interesting. We'll go from there.